Okay, if you're anything like me and actually depends on your Mac or your computer to actually feed your family, one of the first things you discover is that you can never, ever have enough ports on your workstation. So finding a reliable and fast docking station, it really just becomes one of the very first peripherals that you're going to get when you go to buy your computer. So today what I'm going to do is I want to take a look at this one right here. This is the Ivanky FusionDock Ultra. Now this thing right here is a USB-C docking station, and this sucker, man, is a powerhouse of a docking station. I think if you're on someone who is working on a Mac, and this could be something that I think would really be a very interesting, add-on to your Mac. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and spoiler this right from the start and tell you, yeah, this thing is absolutely amazing in the amount of stuff you can plug into it and the amount of monitors that it will extend from your Mac situation. So let's just get that out of the way right now, and let's go ahead and dive into what makes this such a cool thing for your Mac computer. Oh, hey, and if you want to do me a favor, go ahead and check out, I have a link down below, go check out a movie I wrote and directed called American Deadbolt. And if you want to support independent filmmakers, please do me a favor. It will be so helpful if you went, I'll have a link down below to go to americandeadbolt.com and go ahead and rent or purchase my movie. It would directly go to support independent film and keeping artists like me out there actually working in today's world. And one note about this as well, Ivanky did reach out to me and asked me if I would be interested in reviewing this on my channel. They are not paying me for this. They don't get to review this in any way, shape, or form. They literally just sent me a unit for review and asked me to put it through its paces and give my honest thoughts on it, and that's what I'm doing. But they did send me a unit for review, so just keep that in mind. Now, before I get into all the ports of this little puppy right here, I feel that I should start off just by mentioning the display freedom that this thing gives you. If you have an Apple Mac Studio or an Apple MacBook Pro, like an M1 to the M4 Max model, this thing can give you up to a quad display for your system. This is absolutely massive to have 4 displays there. Let's go ahead and start looking at some of the aspects of this docking station. The first thing is that this thing actually includes, if you look on the back here, it includes 2 USB-C 80/120 gigabytes per second upstream ports. And if you look here, this dual USB-C port here allows for upstreaming your laptop to a separate monitor, and it provides up to 140 watts of laptop charging. And one nice thing about it is the kit includes this dual USB-C cable for doing this thing. You can see right there, it's got kind of a nice little dual USB-C slot there, and then it's got the other side of it there. So it's nice that the cable comes with it, so you know you can do it. And you can plug it right in there. It comes right in the kit. Now let's go ahead and talk about something that actually got me really excited when I first heard about this, and I have found instantly practical from the first time I hooked this up to my computer. And that is the fact that there are 8, count them, 8 USB 3.2 Gen 2 USB-C ports on this little puppy. There's actually 7 on the front, and you have one last one here on the back. And I know when I first got my Mac Studio, I was in a situation, all these peripherals I was trying to do, I was trying to expand my USB-C ports, and I really had a time finding anything that really went beyond 4. I could maybe get 6 if I was lucky. So having 8 right there instantly sets this above almost everything I was able to come across in the field. So it's really practical. And because all these are these 3.2 Gen USB-C ports, they all have 10 gigabytes per second data transfer. And one thing I really like about this is that you can see it very clearly labels what all these ports are and their transfer speeds right here on the device itself. This is something that is really nice to have. And even if you look on the back, you can see everything on here. There's not only a lot of ports, but they're all clearly labeled. You don't have to be confused about what the power outputs are and what they can do. Now, the PD out port right here supports 45 watt output power delivery, while all the other ones support up to 7.5 watt output each. So, you get a really clear idea of if you need to power those peripherals, you know what you can do and get up to 45 watts here from this one specific PD out, and the rest do 7.5. Now, if you're like me and you have a bunch of USB-A devices laying around, this thing actually gets you covered really darn well there too, in the fact that this actually has 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 USB-A ports. There's 2 in the front and there are 2 in the back. And these things are capable of 10 gigabyte per second data transfer, and all 4 of them have a 7.5 watt out power delivery. And if you're a photographer or videographer like me, it has one other set of inputs that I really appreciate, and that is simply the fact fact that if you look at the front, it has a UHS-2 SD 4.0 card slots, and this allows for simultaneous use of SD and TF cards, and it's also backward compatible with SDXC, SDHC, and just regular SD cards. So if you're out there using stuff on the camera, it's nice just knowing you can go plug it right in there. You don't have to plug in another device and use a port. It's built right into it. Now on the audio side, this thing does deliver some pretty cool features too, both on the front and here on the rear. Now on the front, you actually have a combo, right here I should say, 3.5 millimeter headphone and mic jack. So that means you can be both mic and headphones in one thing. So it basically is an external and internal capacity right there on that. On the back, you have two 3.5 millimeter audio ports, and one is an out for like speakers and audio devices, and the other one is an in for external audio, like a mic and stuff like that. Just know if you're ever using all of them at once, the front will always take precedence. Now, as I said, this is a video output beast with that ability to do up to 4, monitors at once. And so that's really where you get the back here. It's really where all that's supported. And on the back, you can see there are 4 USB-C 80/120 gigabyte per second downstream ports that support data, video, and they have 15 watts of power each. There's also one display port, 2.1 port, and there is an HDMI port here as well. Once again, just like the front, you can see all these things are clearly labeled, so you don't have to guess what you're putting in there. And if you're someone out there who doesn't have like a tricked out Mac Studio or a MacBook Pro, this thing will still do a lot of multiple monitor support, not necessarily the quad support. And they do a really good job of providing a lot of good documentation. And they tell you, I'll put a screenshot here of the different systems and what they can do. But even if you have like an Apple Mini, you can still get up to a dual display from this thing. So there's really still, no matter what your system is, it really just expands it in a nice way. And even if you want to work on a single thing, just having all these ports by itself, in my opinion, just makes it really, really valuable. Now, there's one other thing about this I would like to point out that, at least when I was using it, I really liked, and that is the fact, I know it's a little old school, but I thought the instructions in this thing, they do a really good job, I feel, of supporting the users from the second that you open the box. It's very, very clear. It's color-coded. So if you're someone that looks at a system like this and you just feel kind of overwhelmed, like where do you start? I really felt that right out of the back, I was able to get a good system that let me know exactly what I was doing, what I had to work with, what the systems were. They have great labels on this. And that is something that I think a lot of times you have to worry about getting technology like this. You don't want to get something and then not know how to use it. And I felt they did a great job of supporting it. Now, whenever I do a review of anything, I like to point out what I consider any rooms for improvement, just so you're fully aware of what this is, what it isn't, and if it makes sense for you to put into your system. And man, this thing, I'm really having a hard time trying to find something about it that I thought I would like to see changed up. Just the amount of features you get in one package, that many ports, was really, really powerful for me, I'll be honest. But, I guess this isn't a room for improvement, but this is just something maybe to be aware of based on your workstation. It's just the fact that, I'm holding it here. This is the size of this. So it does take up a little bit of real estate on your desk. Just be aware of it. In my opinion, this saves me real estate at the end of the day because I have so many ports. So instead of having multiple docks on there, I can do it all in one. But just be aware, it's not like super small. It does take up some real estate on your desk. But anyway, guys, that is basically what I have to say here about this FusionDock Ultra. This thing is freaking awesome. I loved it. Really, really helped expand my workstation in a practical, fast way. And I think I'm gonna have to get some more laptops to take advantage of this quad support because, man, that is really cool too. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave me notes and comments down below. And yeah, go out there, keep on shooting. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.